Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to hold a hook and yarn, how to make a chain, a single crochet, half double crochet, and how to weave in your ends at the end. But I would like to start by suggesting to follow along with this video as it goes along and having at least one hook and one ball of yarn, and if you can, to get a yarn needle, which once again are these. You can find them all at your local store. They're pretty fairly cheap and all in the same spot. For the hook, I would suggest starting with a 5.775 or a J hook. Let's see if I can show it. See, it says J hook, and it'll have the measurement there. This is the hook I start with. It's not too big and not too small, and you really don't want to go too big with a normal size yarn like this, or also known as a worsted yarn, which is just the normal size yarn. There'll be a thing wrapped around it that can, if you read it, it can tell you which hook it suggests to use, but it's really up to you what you want to do. In another video I'll explain the different size yarns and the hooks and how to figure out which size hook needs to go, which size, yarn or whatever project you're doing. Last thing I want to talk about is tension. Tension is the way how you hold your yarn, like the pressure of it. It will determine how tight your stitches are, how loose your stitches work on. And your tension will be all over the place when you first start. It's normal. It gets better after practice, and your stitches will start being all equal and even and all the same size. But don't worry if your projects start off looking uneven. That's normal. It comes with practice on your tension and your stitches, and you won't believe how easy it is and how easy it comes after a while. But that's all I wanted to say. There are a few things I'll explain in more detail in another video, or if you have any questions, please let me know. Alright, let's dive in. Okay, so I got my yarn here. Today I'm going to do a white yarn because I figured it would be easier to see on the camera. As you can see, I have my yarn right here, and see it's got the hole in the middle, so it pulls through naturally with ease. I'm going to put that there. Alright, so I'm going to show you how to hold your yarn. Now there are many different types of ways you can do it. I would suggest playing with your yarn through your hand to find a way that makes you feel comfortable, but I will show you a technique that I use that I found helpful. So what I like to do is you want to take your yarn and you want to put it at the back of your pinky. Then you want to go around the front, and then you want to go behind your middle finger and then lay it right on top of your index finger. So here's the end of your string. This is where you will be working. Now if you're left-handed, of course do it on your other hand, and then you just want to put your project on this side, and you want to work your stitches going this way instead of this way. But I'm right-handed, so I'm going to show it again. So here's the end of here's the end of it. So I'm going to wrap it around my pinky, go to the front, go behind, and then lay it on top. And so I can do it with ease. See how it goes straight through my fingers? But like I said, just play with it and find a way that makes you feel comfortable. I would suggest pausing the video and working on that for a little bit. Alright, so now to hold your hook. Just like I said with the yarn, everybody holds their hook differently. I've seen people hold it, I hold it kind of like a pencil. I've seen people hold it kind of like this. That's just hold it whatever makes you feel comfortable. You want to be able to move the hook with ease. This is how I like to hold it, kind of like a pencil, like you're writing. But just play around with your hook, hold it what makes you comfortable, and try practicing holding your yarn and see if it feels comfortable. Just kind of wrap and then unwrap it. And you can see if it's going to flow through your hands with ease, if you know the way how you hold your yarn is comfortable, and just keep doing that until you find a comfortable spots. Okay, so next what we're going to start with is how to make a slip knot, or make our first, just how we can make our chains. So to make a slip knot, every project you're going to have to do what's either called a magic circle, which I'll show that in a later video how to do that, and a slip knot. Alright, so you got your yarn, and how I do it is I grab it and make them parallel, and I grab this right here and I twist it so it makes a cross. So I'm going to show it again. Make them parallel, grab the top, twist it, and then you go through and you want to grab the string that is coming from your ball, and you just pull it through. And see, now you have your slip knot. You should be able to see, tighten it, and you can even pull it all the way through. I'm going to show it again. Make it parallel. Grab the top, twist, go through the hole, grab your string, hold your loose string, and pull. And there you go. So you're able to pull. Yeah, see, now you got your first chain. Look at that. Ooh. So you can pause the video and practice on that. When you're ready, play the video again. Alright, so once you have that done, what you're going to do is take your hook and you're going to put it through that hole. See? Can you see it? And you might want to grab your string and tighten it. Not too tight, because you still want to be able to get through. Let's put that back through. Alright. So now you're holding your string. I like to hold the loose string in my hand. See, underneath. Just makes me feel more comfortable. Okay. So now I'm going to show you how to make your first chain. So I'm going to try this really slow. You're going to wrap under. Just go all the way. I like to grab it from here too at the beginning to make it easier. And so you want to grab that string, turn it, and you're just going to pull it through that hole. As you can see, it's made a chain. Let's do it again. So wrap, turn, and pull through. I would just keep doing that. So remember, wrap, turn, and pull through. If you're having trouble pulling your hook in, your tension might be too tight. So here I'm going to show you. I'm pulling my tension really tight. And see, I'm having trouble getting it through. So you just want it to be able to flow through your fingers. Okay, so wrap, turn, and pull. Just don't hold them too tight. See how loose my fingers are? You don't want it too loose, because if you do it too loose, then see the different size. See how let's see if I can take this out. You see how that's a different size chain right there than that? Because I changed my tension. That's the determinant of your tension. So I would suggest just keep doing this. Wrap, turn, and pull until you get pretty confident, sorry, about it. You know, you want to probably do this. What I did when I first learned is I would just keep making chains. And then, as you can see, that's how mine looks. And then when I was done far enough, I just pull the string and I would start over until I got it correct. So if you need to rewatch how to do it, just rewind the video and then we'll go to the next part. Alright, so we're gonna do, okay, so I went ahead and I did a few chains here so I could show you the next step. And we're gonna work on a single crochet. Now once you have your chain here, you want to turn your work and you're gonna put your hook, and see this is chain, the first chain here, and you're gonna go through the second chain right here. Just go through it like that. I'll show it again. Chain 1, chain 2, stick it in. You're gonna grab this loose yarn here, and you're gonna pull it through just like this, and now you have 2 chains on your hook. If yours doesn't look like that, just try it again. You could just take it out and pull. So once again, that's 1 chain, that's 2 chains. 2 chain. Okay. So we're gonna go through 1, 2. We're gonna go push it through, just like that. And you're gonna grab that string and just pull it through. So now you have 2 chains, or 2 hooks, sorry. And we're gonna do it again. You're gonna wrap, turn, and slowly pull through both. And right there you just did a single crochet. And you're going to want to do that in the next one. So you go to the next chain. So push through. So you got it through the chain. And you're going to wrap, turn, and pull. So now you got 2 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through. Now you have 2 single crochets. Once again, go through the next chain, yarn over, and pull through. So you have 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through all loops. So as you can see, it's starting to form. I'll do it one more time. In the next chain, go through, yarn over, and pull through. Now you have 2 loops on your chain. We do it again. You're gonna yarn over and pull through. And there you go. So I would suggest keep doing that. If you still having trouble with it, just undo it and try it again. I'm gonna go to the end of this chain real quick. So it's kind of hard looking at this through the camera. There we go. Alright, now we're at the end. Oh, I got stuck. There we go. So remember, go through chain, 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through. Now we just did a whole bunch of single crochets. Alright, so what we're going to do is now you're going to yarn over and you're going to pull through and you're going to make a chain like how we did at the beginning. Now we're going to do half double crochets. And so what you're going to do when you have a project like this, like if you're making a scarf or something, you always do the chain at the end to go up a row, and you turn your work. So now the work's facing the other way. This is how we had it here, and we just turn it to go the other way. Now we're going to do what's called a half double crochet. Now to do a half double crochet, unlike the single stitch where we went in and then we yarned over and pull through. What you're going to do before that process is you're going to wrap your yarn around the hook. Then you're going to go into this space right here. Right, you see here's the chain you just made, and then there's this first spot here. You're going to stick your finger, or stick your hook in it, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull through, but instead of 2 loops, this time you have 3 hoops. And so what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and with a half double crochet, you're going to pull through all 3 loops, just like that. So once again, yarn around, go through, see if I can show this a little better. You just go through this next loop right here, you see right there, you go through that stitch, there you go, and then you're gonna wrap around. You want to grab it with that end of that hook there and pull it through. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over and pull through all 3. Let's do it again. Let me pull some of this yarn out. So wrap around, go through the next stitch, yarn over, pull through. There you go. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Alright, so just keep doing that across now. And like I said, you can just do a row and then undo it if that makes you feel more comfortable. I'll show other techniques you could do to practice if this one's too hard for you. But we're going to go all the way to the end here, and if you still don't understand how to do it, just rewind the video and just watch it again. And at the end here, I'll show it again. And just go down to the end here. Alright. So now we got a row of half double crochets on top and a chain 1. So now we're at the end here, and it's kind of hard to see. But if you look, see these top 2 stitches here? You want to go through there. So, wait, forgot you gotta wrap around first, and go through. Sometimes you kind of have to maneuver it in there. Yarn over, pull through. Now you have 3 loops, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Alright, now that we got that row, alright, so I was just practicing those stitches. That's a single crochet and the half double crochet and chains and your slip knots. Those are things you're going to need to learn first. Once you get those down pretty well, every other stitch will be a lot easier. Just might take a couple of rows and it's probably going to be uneven, but that just takes practice. But now I'm going to show you when you're done with your project. You're going to just take your hook out. And there's no chain or anything. As you can see, I just pulled it through, and there it is. So what you're going to do when you're done with your project, of course, you're going to grab your scissors and you're just going to cut a pretty, not too, you want to just cut a pretty good length size away from your ball of yarn, so see, and then you want to grab this loop here and you're just going to pull it straight through, just like that. So now we have 2 tails here. Now I also like to work into my tails with my projects, kind of like this, but I'll show that in a later video how to do that. Alright, so what you want to do is you want to grab your yarn needle. I like the metal ones because the plastic ones, they broke too easy, and I've had this one for years, and as you can see, it still works pretty fine. So what you can do is take one of your ends, and you're just gonna, what I like to do is I like to put a piece of it in that hole like that, and I just kind of work it inside. See? And just pull it through. just kind of like sewing a needle. And so what you want to do is you want to hide this string. So we're going to push it through that hole there. Kind of pull that in. There you go. You can't even tell that the end's there. And so you're going to just follow. You see these stitches here? That's your single crochet. There's another single, single. And we're going to push our yarn needle. It's kind of hard to do this on the camera. Okay, just push it through. Just kind of work it across. Just like that. Just pull through. Somebody might need to pull it. As you can see, you can't see it. Go through these next ones. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see them. Push it through. Push it through. Now what I like to do a pretty good length of going this way. You might make sure you want to stretch it too so you don't bunch up, because if you pull that in, see, it pulls your project in. So it's good to just kind of make sure that string isn't pulling it. It's pulling your project. So we're going to go all the way down to the end here. Alright. So now we're at the end. I completely went from one side to the other, as you can see. And what I like to do, make sure it is extra safe, is I go, see, here's one string right here. We're going to go above that and then go back through. Oops. Sometimes that happens. Just kind of undo it and rethread it. See, I like to go back a little bit because I feel like it makes it a little bit stronger, a little less likely to come out. So like I said, you want to go around and underneath. You know, just kind of go back through. Remember to stretch it a little bit. Then go through. Once you've gone away a little bit, or you feel comfortable, here we go. You feel comfortable enough. I like to pull it just a little bit, cut it close. And see, you can't even tell. Now we're going to do the other side. So here's your yarn needle. Push it through. Alright. Let's start weaving. Now at the ends here, what I like to do is I like to go where those other loops were. I like to go in there like that. There we go. So it kind of gives it a, you know, a neater look on the ends. And then we just go through, do the same thing like we did at the bottom. Just go all the way through. It's going to take some practice, of course. You know, I mean, this is probably the easiest part, though. And if you don't have a yarn needle, there are other techniques to hide your yarn. I personally don't know any that really work very nicely. This one is the nicest way to do it. And, you know, these needles, they're not too expensive to buy. I'm just going to go back here. I'm not going to go all the way to the end here just for the sake of the video. But, you know, let's just cut it. And see? No ends. Yay! Well, I hope you liked my video. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. Thank you.